welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making white chocolate cranberry scones. It's cold outside and I just thought I'd make a little treat for us. We've been busting our humps in this cold weather, taking care of all the animals, and nothing better than a scone, right? So in my bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, large egg beaten. And this comes from our chickens here on the farm. And then I'm going to add, it calls for half and half. I have heavy cream and whole milk. So I am going to use 3 tablespoons of whole milk and 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. I would say that is half and half. And I just give that a quick, whisk. A gentle whisk. I don't know why I'm not using a little bit bigger of a bowl, but let me grab a paper towel and I try to keep things clean as I go. And I'll just set that aside. So into the flour, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, that, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We use Redmond salt here, the real salt. That's just a little bit humped up. Put that back in, and then I give it a whisk with the fork because my whisk is in the dishwasher. Just like to whisk it up so you don't just happen to get a clump of something. And then I cut up 5 tablespoons of butter. And I just put that in the mix. And then you can use your electric mixer, beaters, whatever. I like to use my pastry cutter. And just chop butter up in little pieces. You don't have to go super crazy, but I like to get a little bit of butter in each bite. Every once in a while, I take my fork and get the pieces that are stuck in there. Go after them again. And then once that's all chopped up, made into nice pieces, and most of the pieces will come through the pastry knife. If you see one, attack it with the fork or use your pastry cutter. Yeah, should look like that. No big chunks or anything major. And then we're gonna take our egg, beaten egg, 1 large beaten egg, and our half and half, or I used 3 tablespoons of whole milk and 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, because that's just what I had here. And then you add your craisins, a 1/2 cup. There's no law that says you can't go over. And I had, for some reason, white chocolate chips on hand. Don't know why. We're not big white chocolate fans, but the recipe calls for white chocolate chips. It is a white chocolate chip cranberry or craisin recipe anyway. So, and then you just mix that around the best you can. Try to get all the flour incorporated. And I just try to mash the loose crumbles into the batter. Well, if you want to call it dough, I guess is a better. Okay, there's that. So I don't know if I said, but it was 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I cannot remember if I said that. Been a lot going on here. My mind is worrying about the farm animals. For as cold as it is, we just had baby bunnies born yesterday and just trying to keep everything alive. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way, because now comes the fun part. All right, so set this over here. Grab my baking pan and I'll set this back here. I'm gonna bring in my cutting board. I'm not gonna put it on the counter. So just lightly flour your surface, and then before I go dumping it, I'll just give it a quick hand mix to get it into a ball and get all these loose crumbles incorporated. I don't like to knead it too much. I don't want to melt the butter. I want the butter to melt into the scone so it's nice and flaky. Okay, so there. Everything's all incorporated into a ball. You might want to lightly flour your hands, and then I just press it down. Try to keep it into a circle, or some people like triangle scones. Some people like square. Whatever your shape. So I just pat it down, trying to keep it into a nice circle, and I will do it so it's probably about 1/2 inch thick. You can use a rolling pin. If you'd like. Excuse me. No, I didn't cough on my scones. So there, that looks like a nice size. That looks to be 1/2 inch. So then I take my pizza wheel. Surprised we even have one of these. I just tap the edges so it's not crumbly, but anyway, that's just me. So then I just cut it in half. And I cut it in half again. And then each little wedge cut in half. And there you have it. So then I will just place each one of these. Slide this out of the way. Can you see the baking sheet? Yeah, good enough. And I'll just place each one of these onto the cookie sheet, baking sheet. And then I will pop these into a preheated 400-degree oven. How do those look? Let's pop these in the oven for 14 minutes or until golden brown. All right, and that is the finished product. Again, these are, I use Craisins, but they are cranberry white chocolate scones. They smell delicious. I'll just have to see what they taste like here. Oh yeah. Delicious. But my favorite is blueberry and lemon blueberry scones. But this is an easy recipe. They're really good. No crazy ingredients involved. And most people have, you know, something you can put in a scone already at home in your pantries. So keep warm, everybody. Stay safe. We still have a few more days of cold, brutal weather. I'm going to try to do a cooking segment about once a week. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment, subscribe, like, share. We love to get comments. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.